Avoid these common mistakes when setting up your private practice. We've had doctors come to us after they've set things up themselves. Sadly, we've had to redo a lot of that setup all over again. This can be due to incorrect provider number registrations, resulting in claims not being paid. It can be due to health insurance registrations being done incorrectly, which can also result in money not being paid. The elephant in the room are the health insurers. It seems like their whole purpose is to make it as confusing as possible for the patients and for doctors. There's the whole confusion about whether you set up yourself as a gap doctor, a no-gap doctor, a fully covered doctor, a no-and-gap doctor. There's all these complications. Sometimes doctors come to us thinking they've filled out the forms correctly, set themselves up correctly, only for us to discover that check the wrong box, tick the wrong box on the form, and then we find that they're missing out on getting paid properly. Sometimes we even find doctors who have done some private work before they've got set up, expecting that they're going to get paid. Sadly, this is quite often not the case. Health insurers have become a lot more stringent on accepting claims for back payments and for allowing you to be considered to be participating in their scheme from before the date that you fill in the forms. Sometimes, sadly, these doctors end up discovering that the work they've done before they come to us and before they get set up is essentially unpaid. It's very difficult. And what makes it even worse when you think about it is if you are not getting paid, you might not even be insured for that work. Your MDO may not cover you for that work if you've done work and you haven't been paid for it because you're no longer actually in a commercial arrangement. One of the most expensive mistakes we see anaesthetists make is when they're not set up properly, they're not getting paid properly, they're doing all this work, they do a bunch of lists, and because it's not going to get paid, it's just money, it's just left behind. It's very hard to fix something after the event. So the cost of getting it right, if a doctor joins Zento, is that we set up all this stuff from the beginning. We have a very swift and streamlined process to make sure those things are done properly. We understand which forms need to be filled in with health insurers. We understand how to set the minor ID with Medicare. We can help advise you on your options for how you are going to register with the health insurers, whether you're going to be a fully covered provider, a provider choice, or an opt-in, opt-out for a doctor. With Zento, there's no time lost in translation during the setup. The revenue impact is positive. If you'd like some help and you'd like to learn about this type of stuff for your practice, reach out. We'd love to help.